The calm of the night was a stark contrast to the storm raging within me. As a cybersecurity major, I prided myself on my understanding of the digital world, an area I thought I had mastered. Yet none of my experience had prepared me for the horror that was about to unfold. It all began with a seemingly harmless incident. A brief, inexplicable meeting with a glitch, a distorted screen flickered during a long work session. I dismissed it as a product of my overworked imagination, nothing worth worrying about. But then things started to escalate. "Megan, it's time to rest for a while," I murmured to myself, trying to shake off the unease. As soon as I thought I was safe, my illusion was shattered. I heard it, the unmistakable sound of a camera clicking. It was coming from somewhere inside my house. My heart stopped. Blood rushed to my ears, and a cold chill ran down my spine. I wasn't alone. Panic surged through me as I searched every shadow and every corner, but I found nothing. The silence that followed was suffocating. Suddenly, my phone buzzed, breaking the quiet. It was a message from an unknown number, containing nothing but a link. Curiosity and dread battled within me, but I clicked on the link. What I saw made the ground beneath me feel like it had vanished. It was a live stream, my living room, but from an angle where I hadn't installed any cameras. My breath caught in my throat when I saw him, a figure cloaked in darkness, his face obscured but his intentions unmistakable. He was standing in my bedroom. "Welcome to your nightmare, Megan," he rasped, his voice croaking like an eerie tune. He moved through my room as if it were his own. Every step, every movement made my stomach churn. Desperation took over. I grabbed a knife from the kitchen, but it felt like he could see everything I was doing, as though my every move was being monitored. Who was he? How had he installed these cameras? And most chilling of all, what did he want? I looked back at the live stream on my phone. He was no longer in my room. That meant he could be anywhere in the house. My sanctuary had become his hunting ground. "You can't hide, Megan. I'm everywhere. Now you're playing by my rules," his voice taunted through the stream. His words were a cruel melody, unraveling my sanity. I knew I couldn't outmuscle him, but I could outthink him. My mind raced back to my studies in cybersecurity and hacking. If I could access my equipment in the basement, I might have a chance. I had to act weak to buy time. Feigning fear, I sobbed and stumbled toward the basement, where my tech lab was located. Once inside, I locked the door and leaned against it, trembling. My sanctuary was a fortress of servers and monitors. Here, I had an advantage. I began working on my counterattack. Fingers trembling but determined, I typed command after command. My goal was to hack into the cameras he had installed, gain control of the system, and send out an SOS. Time was against me, and his patience was running thin. Then I heard it, the sound of footsteps, slow and deliberate, approaching the basement door. "You can't hide forever, Megan. Come out and play," he sneered, his voice dripping with malice. The door rattled under his relentless pounding. My heart thundered in my chest, but I kept my focus on the screen. Finally, I managed to reroute the signal, embedding a hidden message in the live stream. It was a digital SOS, a plea for help. Just as I completed the task, the door burst open, and he stormed in. His face was twisted with anger and disappointment. But I was ready. Clutching a heated iron rod I'd prepared as a weapon, I faced him. He lunged at me, and I struck. The rod connected with his neck, and he let out a guttural scream, staggering back. Without wasting a second, I pushed past him and sprinted into the night. He gave chase, his enraged shouts echoing behind me. My legs burned, but I kept running until, in the distance, I saw flashing red and blue lights. The police had arrived, alerted by my SOS. Relief flooded through me as officers surrounded him, bringing his reign of terror to an end. As the adrenaline ebbed, I collapsed, trembling, into the arms of safety. The nightmare was over, but its scars would remain. In the days that followed, I reflected on what had happened. I had faced my deepest fear and emerged victorious, not just a survivor but a warrior of the digital age. The technology he had used to torment me became my weapon to defeat him. As the sun rose, its rays illuminated a new chapter in my life. I had found courage within the storm, light within the shadows, and strength I never knew I possessed. Though the night of terror was over, its lessons would stay with me forever.